Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds his first cabinet meeting as he begins a historic third term in office. Minister appointments are expected to be announced today. Mr. Modi took his oath last night in a grand ceremony held at the Presidential Palace in New Delhi.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा.
Mr. Modi's cabinet of 72 ministers at the time of swearing in is the biggest compared to his first two terms, but it comprises of only 7 women and has no representation from the Muslim community. BJP ally, the Nationalist Congress Party, meanwhile, has turned down an offer of junior ministership and is reportedly pushing to get a full cabinet post. Let's go to Rebecca Bundan joining us live from Mumbai with more on this. Hi, Rebecca. Now, first, walk us through this cabinet. It's new and it's also a bit different from the previous ones, isn't it?
It is different. It certainly is different. But at the same time, we're still seeing a lot of those familiar faces. There are still a lot of the BJP leaders, the prominent figures that we all know so well, the Piyush Goyals, Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, S. Jaishankar. They're still part of Modi's cabinet as he starts this third term as Prime Minister with this new government. We've seen some people leaving, including Smriti Irani. She was defeated for her seat in Amethi, so that's a significant change for this cabinet. And we're also seeing new faces coming in. Significantly, we've seen Suresh Gopi. Now, he's the actor turned politician who actually won a seat for the BJP in Kerala. That's the first seat that the party has won in the state of Kerala in South India. So that's very significant, that lower house of parliament seat. He's been brought into the cabinet. There are other new faces and also more representation from these regional parties, including the TDP of Andhra Pradesh and the JDU of Bihar. And of course, the allies in this government are all the more important, given the fact that the BJP failed to secure the majority in the election for the first time in 10 years. This is the first election where they failed to secure that majority, and they are leaning much more heavily on their allies. So those are a very important part of this coalition of government, of this cabinet. And significantly, though, we haven't seen the portfolio allocation announced yet. So there's a lot of speculation about why we're not seeing that coming through already, why these appointments of ministries haven't been announced. A lot of suspense there. Everybody's very eager to see who's been assigned what, especially given the role of these allies. Everybody wants to see which posts they'll be assigned, and some speculation that it's been all the more difficult to actually appoint this cabinet and those ministries, assign those ministries, because of the fact that there is more representation of those other parties in this government.
Now, earlier you mentioned Mr. Modi under more pressure to appease his coalition partners after that smaller than expected mandate. How do you think this will impact his ability to pass policies?
It's certainly going to have an impact, given the fact that over the past 10 years, the previous 2 terms, Modi had that majority with his BJP. It was very, very easy for the party to bulldoze through policies, having that majority. But now, given the fact that they don't have the majority, they are so dependent on those allies, particularly allies like the TDP of Andhra Pradesh, the JDU of Bihar, which have such a significant number of seats. So they are going to have to try to please those parties as well. Some policies will be more difficult, and analysts are saying that it is going to be a challenge to have some kind of policy continuity. There are some policies, some reforms that the government just might not be able to push through now, given the fact that the BJP, Modi, does not have the majority. These include reforms such as land and labour reforms that the BJP has been talking about, that was talking about in its election campaign. All of these will become more challenging, given the fact that those other parties are going to have a bigger say, and they do. A lot of these regional parties do simply have very, very different priorities to the Hindu nationalist BJP. So that is going to have an impact, there's no doubt.
All right, many thanks. Rebecca Bundan, live from Mumbai for us.